Hi everyone and welcome back to Mandarin Pod for Children. I'm Grace, a Chinese language educator with over 10 years of experience specializing in helping non-native speaking families guide their children to learn Mandarin with both confidence and joy. To protect speakers' privacy and enhance audio quality, some or all voices in this episode are created with AI assistance. The content is inspired by real-life classroom experiences of the eChinese Learning teaching team. Today's episode is for every parent who's ever thought, but I don't speak Mandarin, how can I possibly support my child? If that's you, I want you to know you're not alone, and yes, it's absolutely possible. Joining me today is Sam, a dad from California whose 6-year-old daughter Mia is thriving in Mandarin even though neither he nor his partner speak it. Sam, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Grace. I'm excited to share what's worked and what didn't, and hopefully help some other families feel a little less overwhelmed.
Let's go back to the beginning. What motivated you and your wife to start Mia's bilingual journey, especially without speaking the language yourselves?
Honestly, we just didn't want her to grow up with the same regrets we had. We both speak only English and realized how many doors a second language could open, socially, professionally, culturally. Mandarin stood out because of China's global influence and the beauty of the language. So we signed Mia up for an online Mandarin class and downloaded a fun learning app. That was the easy part, until we realized how little we could help her with the actual content.
That's such a common roadblock, and it's where many parents start to doubt themselves. What changed for you?
I shifted my mindset. Instead of seeing myself as a non-Mandarin speaking obstacle, I decided to be an emotional partner. I couldn't teach her, but I could support her. I started sitting beside her during class, not correcting her, just being present. Afterward, we'd play app games together and I'd cheer her on.
That's a huge shift. You turned passive presence into active encouragement. I always say that emotional safety is the secret ingredient to successful language learning.
Exactly. One day she was repeating a phrase from class with her eyes closed, totally immersed. I didn't know what it meant, but I whispered, "You're doing amazing," and her face lit up. That moment showed me how much my presence mattered, even if I didn't understand the words.
You found a way to support without translating or correcting. That's powerful. Now tell me about how you added more exposure outside of lessons.
We started watching Mandarin cartoons with English subtitles every evening. I made it a shared ritual, holding the remote, pausing to ask, "What do you think they said?" Mia would guess, sometimes repeat the line or act it out. It became a bonding experience, not a chore.
That's brilliant. You turned passive screen time into interactive learning, and it sounds like Mia started engaging with the language on her own terms, too?
Yes. We created something called Teach Dad Moments. Every night, she picked a phrase from the show, wrote it on a sticky note, and taught it to me. I'd mispronounce it on purpose just to make her laugh. She corrected me proudly. It gave her a sense of ownership and made language time feel playful and personal.
I love that. You flipped the roles, now she was the expert. That's such a confidence builder.
It was. On weekends, we also attended a Mandarin playgroup. I couldn't follow the conversations, but I filmed little clips of Mia playing. Later, we'd rewatch them together and I'd ask, "What did you say here?" She'd explain and giggle. It became her highlight of the week.
You were helping her reflect, which reinforces learning even more. So many parents think they have to speak the language to help, but you're showing us otherwise.
Honestly, I used to worry that I was in the way. But now I realize I'm part of the fuel. I'm the one making the space, keeping it consistent, celebrating her efforts. Even without knowing the words, I'm building the why behind her learning.
That's such a powerful insight. And for parents listening, hear this: you don't need to speak Mandarin to help your child succeed. You just need to be present, be playful, and be consistent.
Absolutely. My biggest takeaway is don't focus on what you lack. Focus on what you can bring. Your belief, your encouragement, your daily rituals. All of that makes a bigger impact than perfect pronunciation.
So beautifully said. Before we wrap up, I want to offer a few practical tips for English-speaking families supporting their child's Mandarin journey. First, be visible and positive. Sit with them. React, smile, applaud effort over accuracy. Second, build mini routines. Try 10 minutes a day of shared Mandarin time, whether it's a video, a game, or a phrase to learn. Third, let your child lead. Give them moments to teach you. It deepens their confidence. Fourth, celebrate milestones, big and small. A song sung at bedtime. A word recalled in the car. It all counts. Fifth, make it social. Find a class, a group, or even a pen pal. Language thrives in connection. Sam, thank you for sharing your story with so much honesty and heart. You've shown us that it's not about knowing all the answers, it's about staying curious, connected, and committed.
Thank you, Grace. I hope more parents see this path as possible and even fun.
To our listeners, if today's episode gave you hope, inspiration, or a practical idea to try, please leave us a review and share this episode with a friend. And if you want to dive deeper, DM me to get a free trial one-on-one session for your child. Until next time, I'm Grace. Stay playful, stay patient, and remember, your belief builds the bridge to your child's Mandarin success.